Hey everyone! Welcome to this learning video on what is history. In the next few minutes, we'll break down what history really means, why it's important, and how different scholars view it. Let's dive in. In today's video, we'll explore the fascinating world of history through a series of key topics. Simple definition. We'll start by breaking down what history really means in the simplest way possible. Scholarly views on history. Then we'll dive into how historians and scholars understand and interpret the past. Why study history? Ever wondered why history matters? We'll look at the importance of learning about the past. Types of history. From political to social, cultural to economic, we'll explore the different branches of historical study. Tools of the historian. What do historians actually use to uncover the past? We'll look at sources, methods, and more. The role of interpretation. History isn't just facts, it's also about how we interpret those facts. Let's talk about why perspectives matter. Fun facts about history. Stick around for some surprising and fun historical facts you probably didn't know. Conclusion. Finally, we'll wrap up with the key takeaways and why history continues to shape our world today. Now, what is history? At its core, history is the study of past events, especially those related to people and societies. The word comes from the Greek historia, which means inquiry or learning through investigation. In other words, history is how we explore and understand the past. Different historians define history in different ways. E. H. Carr said, "It's a constant conversation between the present and the past." Leopold von Ranke believed it should simply tell things as they actually happened. And Howard Zinn reminded us that history often leaves out the voices of the powerless, and that needs to change. Why should we even care about history? Because it teaches us how the past shapes our present. It helps us learn from both good and bad decisions. It also builds empathy by showing us different cultures and experiences, and it trains our minds to think critically. History isn't just one thing, it's many. There's political history about governments and wars. Social history focuses on daily life and communities. Economic history looks at trade and money. Cultural history dives into beliefs, art, and language. And oral history passes down stories through generations. Historians are like detectives, and they use tools. They study primary sources like letters and artifacts. They read books and articles, called secondary sources. They use archaeology to dig deeper, literally. And they organize events into timelines to understand cause and effect. Here's a big idea. History is not just facts, it's interpretation. Historians bring their own perspectives, so the same event can be told in many ways. That's why it's important to question sources and think critically. Okay, time for some fun. Did you know the shortest war in history lasted just about 40 minutes? Or that the Great Fire of London actually helped stop the plague? And believe it or not, the Eiffel Tower was supposed to be taken down after 20 years. And that brings us to the end of our video. So, what have we learned? History isn't just a record of what happened. It's a powerful tool for understanding who we are, how we got here, and where we might go next. It reveals patterns of change, moments of continuity, and the roots of identity across time. By studying history, we don't just look back, we gain the insight to look forward. Because every generation doesn't just inherit history, it rewrites it in its own way. Maybe yours will too. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, history is never just about the past. It's also your story waiting to be told.